Everyone. You're looking at my attempt to grow grass right now, so let me just turn this around. Just want to thank you once again for an overcast, actually, Monday morning. My name is Shawn Casemore, and I come to you live from a couple hours north of Toronto, actually, here in my home office, just before I get on the road this week, heading to Palm Springs, Florida. So if I don't get blown away, literally, I should be back again next Monday. And if you are in the area, reach out, let me know. I'll be happy to connect with you, maybe for a cup of coffee or just to understand what are some of the best sites to take in when I'm in Palm Springs this week. So what I wanted to talk to you about today briefly was the one thing that'll differentiate your business. Now, this applies if you're a sole proprietor, if it is only you and your business, right? There's nobody else. This may not exactly be as relevant, but you might pick up a few ideas here. But if you're of a business that is maybe retail, bricks and mortar, or possibly you're dealing with a retail market, but you're doing so online, or you've got a larger organization, your business is really built on structure, capital, you've got systems, processes, procedures, you've got people, obviously. So you've got a bunch of things that really come together to make that business run or hum, hopefully. But what I've found time and time again is there's one thing that differentiates a great company from a good company. Or there's one thing that differentiates a growing company from a company that's not growing. Can you guess what it is? It's people. It's your people. And you've heard me speak about this time and time again. Let me give you an example of this. Depending on who is speaking to you, if I was somebody who focused solely on marketing, and that was my area of expertise, and to some degree it is, but it's not my sole focus area, then I would tell you a great marketing system will ensure that your business sells products. And I'm not here to say great marketing isn't necessary, but I'm here to say it's not really the one big thing, because if you've got a marketing system, it's going to take people to develop that system. It's going to take people to execute that system. And if those people don't like the business, don't like the product, don't like the service, hate their job, hate you, or whatever, it's not going to be as effective as it could be. Even if you're online, you've got people writing code and developing things, the results are not going to be near as intuitive to the people using the online systems if you've got employees who really don't like their job or the company or the product or the service or whatever the case is. So really the one thing that differentiates a great business or a great company from a good one or a not so good one is your people. So let's take a look at this. I've talked about marketing, selling. You might have the best sales system in the world, but if your salespeople hate their jobs, hate the company, are angry at their leader or their manager, don't understand the product or service, don't understand how the business runs, don't care about the other people back in the office, you're not going to be selling much for long, because the system might ensure you sell initially, but then once the customers don't get their orders or they're not happy, they won't buy again. Right? It really comes back to your people. So here's what I wanted to share with you, a couple insights here this morning. If you agree that the one big differentiator in growing and sustaining growth in your organization is your people, then I want you to consider the following questions as it pertains to your business, okay? So question number one, how happy are your people in their business? Or sorry, in their role, I should say, in your business, right? There's been lots of studies come out, well, in the past 6 months relative to happy employees or productive employees. I think the stat was something like 30 plus. You can expect to have, and I'm going to actually cut it in half of what I think it is here because I don't have the stat in front of me. But what I've seen is that happy employees are more productive employees. In fact, they can be up to, and I'm going to cut it in half here, I think it was 40%. I'm going to cut it in half and say 20% more productive. And you know, logically, that just makes sense. If people go into their job on a daily basis, go to their work, and they're actually happy, they're content. I'm not talking rolling down the aisles happy. I'm not saying everybody's hugging one another. What I'm suggesting is they don't mind showing up for work. They don't mind doing work once they get there. If your people are like that, then guess what? They're probably going to do a little bit more work, because it's not a matter of, oh God, like what, is it 4 o'clock yet? Is it lunchtime? I just got to get out of here. They don't have that mentality, right? So are your employees happy? And if you're not sure, what could you do? You could go ask them, right? You could go say, hey, I got a question for you. It might seem a little bit off base, but here's my question. Do you like what you do here? Do you like working here? And if they say, oh, yes, absolutely, I absolutely love it, I'd say, okay, no, cut the crap. Seriously, what is it that you like about working here then? Tell me, because I want to make sure that you want to show up for work every day and you want to do your best when you're here. And if I don't create that environment for you, there's a good chance you'll go elsewhere to find it. And I don't want that to happen because I've invested money in you. I've invested time. I don't want to lose you. Right? So there's a series of questions you can not only ask but dig into. What is it that makes people want to show up to your business every day? What is it that makes them want to work or perform? Okay. Now, once you find out what those are, then what you really want to be doing is saying, how do I create an environment for more of that? So if they say, you know what, I enjoy, I'm making this up, I enjoy showing up because of the view out the window. It reminds me of whatever, home, okay? Or I enjoy, because here's what I hear from a lot of clients, I enjoy working here because it's close to my home. If somebody said that to me, I'd say, okay, fair enough. What else? Because I know if it's close to home, they could always get in a car and drive a little bit further, right? So that's not enough. There's not enough meat there for me. So then I say, okay, what else is there? So then they might say something like, well, I enjoy working with my coworkers. Okay, what do you enjoy about working with your coworkers? What is it? Is it their personalities? Is it how they act? Is it their knowledge, their experience? What is it? Right? Because what I'm trying to do is understand the very specific points that make my people, my employees, want to come to work, want to show up, and want to do their best. And that, then, is something I can grab hold of and do something with, right? So let's say, just to take that a little bit further, they say, well, what I really like about working here is the product. I really think our product helps people. Okay, now that is something I can do something with. How do you think it helps people? What have people told you? Oh, well, they've told me this, and this, and this, and this. Ah, okay. So a couple things we can do with that information. Now, number one, how can we use that information in our marketing, right? That's customer feedback. How do we use that in our marketing? But number two, so if we were to create new products, would you want to be involved in that? Would you want to share your ideas and information in that new product development? Because I want to make sure that any product we ever sell is something you really feel good about. Right? Because if feeling good makes you want to show up for work and do well and recommend us to other employees, recommend us to other customers, then that's something I want more of. So again, going back to my point today, if you agree that your employees really are the single greatest differentiator in growing and sustaining growth in your business, right, in business performance ultimately, then what you really need to do, what you owe to yourself, okay, and the organization and the people in it, is to find out very specifically what is it that brings them into work every day? What is it that makes them want to show up and do their best? Okay, and you can't just accept usually the first answer you get. A lot of times not even the second answer. You want to dig into the why. Because once you have that, okay, now I can take that and maybe do something with that. I can maybe improve the work environment. I can improve the products. And I can make it so that they're not only going to like working here, but they're going to like working here for longer because I've made that situation broader. And they might help me appeal to more employees or other better employees who strive for that same thing. So it really is a differentiator. And the unfortunate part is I think a lot of folks, business owners, executives, presidents, CEOs, really get focused on what do I need to do? And here's the latest marketing system. Here's the latest selling system. I'm going to introduce that because that's going to fix everything. But you could have a horrible marketing system, but if you've got great dedicated people, that's going to overcome, right, that system. They will find ways to overcome and get around some of those weaknesses that the system may have. Remember, technology and processes really are something that you create after you've got a great team. They themselves will not overcome or replace a great team. Right? That's backwards. That's counterintuitive thinking. But unfortunately, those that are selling products like marketing systems, selling systems, will try and tell you otherwise. So this has been another one of my weekly Periscope broadcasts focused on business success, how to help you grow and improve the profitability in your business. I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure you join me each and every Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I'd ask is this. Send me a direct message on Twitter or send me an email. Shawn at casemoreandco.com. That's CASEMOREANDCO.com. Love to hear from you on other topics you'd like to hear. And make sure you also connect with me on Twitter. Love to learn a little bit more about you, your business, and where you're trying to go. Thanks again for joining me. Have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.